All right. Hey, very short bit today, continuing our talk on mammals. This is one of those mammals, one of those things that we could spend an entire course diving into, or, like we're doing here, just kind of hitting the basics on a lot of them as we go. I do want to bring up a little bit about ungulates. I mentioned them when we talked about the Perissodactyla and the Artiodactyla orders of mammals. Um, they are the ungulates are the term that we used for many hooved mammals. So instead of their feet are in the form of hooves, whether it's an odd number or an even number. And then one of the things that is characteristic of ungulates is that they are not only herbivores, but they have this chambered stomach. So the first chamber is the rumen. That's going to contain bacteria to break down those coarse fibers that the animals cannot on their own. So this is the part of the stomach that humans don't have. So you can't go outside and start eating the grass that's outside because you can't break down that cellulose that's in there. Unlike cows, horses, deer, those kind of things that can do that. All right. So typically how it works, oops, sorry. Typically how it works is that if you follow this pathway here, they eat the grass, they send that down their esophagus into the rumen with all that bacteria, and that bacteria is going to break down that those fibers, and they actually send it back into the animal's mouth again, where they chew it a second time and then send it into what would be a more traditional looking stomach for us. All right. So if you ever hear the term cows chewing on their cud, all right, that is what they're doing. They're chewing, and it might be something that they've already eaten, and they brought it back into their mouths to chew again there. So there's a little bit about ungulates. Like I said, they have a hooved feet. It's primarily made of keratin. All right, so it is a very tough, same thing that our nails are made out of, and it's built for life on their feet, and they're crack resistant. So typically, ungulates, they very rarely sit down or lay down. Now, a lot of things will lay down to sleep and those and whatnot, but they spend their lives on their feet, and they have these hooves that are extremely tough that repair themselves. It's a high quality. Um, Anatomical feature for them. They tend to be herd animals. Like I said, tend to be, not always, but they tend to gather in groups. And then many of the male species will have antlers or horns that we have talked about already there. So a little bit about ungulates, just because they are a large part of our ecosystems, and we tend not to talk that much about them.